What's up?
Welcome back to the podcast after a long
Yeah,
not doing
we're a bit late. And we have a good reason for that.
sickness, and that's about it.
I was just really sick, guys. I'm still kind of in my voice, so I might mute myself to cough a bit. I couldn't get anyone to fucking come on to help me out. I asked Alton too, and he just fucking didn't respond to me. I guess I don't got any street cred anymore.
God, you lost your street cred.
Like, what the fuck, dude? I feel like these guys were like right there when I'm like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? And I was like, nope.
Now they don't get anything out of it. So,
Do I smell bad or something? I don't understand. Like, what's the big deal?
yeah, we all have like smell cameras, and we can all smell
It's
you.
like smell-o-vision, dude.
Smell-o-vision.
Fuck, man. Yeah,
God.
it's been a wild week, man. This fucking snowstorm that rolled through. I haven't left the house in a week.
Yep, same. In a couple weeks, actually.
Yeah, and like the snowstorm happened yesterday, and man, it makes it really hard to go to work and leave the house and do anything. So I've been inside.
I went outside and played in the snow with my son, and
I shoveled our driveway
cold.
today.
Oh, how nice of you.
Got to be the man of the house, you
know. They said that they would. Oh shit. They said that they would plow our roads once it got above 7 degrees. But they wouldn't do it before, and it hasn't got above 7 degrees today. So,
what are the odds I don't have to go to work tomorrow?
Probably pretty high.
I hope so. I really don't want to go to
work. I mean, it really depends, I guess, on them, but...
Well, I mean, it's still probably going to count against me, but, I will try to be like, oh, man, I can't make it, guys. Sorry. I tried.
This old Cadillac can't go any further.
I'm going to, drive my car into a ditch on purpose. Like, guys, look, my fucking car went into a ditch.
Just flip it and just be like, look.
Get it towed for, the 5th time this week or whatever, however it's been towed. Yeah, man. So, you got anything to talk about, or?
I can talk about. I started writing my book again.
Yeah. How many pages did you get?
I spent 2 hours to get 2 pages.
Hey, man, I don't know if that's a page. I mean, how many pages are you aiming for?
A lot, probably. I don't know. I'm not really aiming for pages. I'm just aiming for the story that I am trying to write, I guess.
Let me ask you something. When's the last time you read a book, though? I feel like you should read some books so you can get the structure down.
Yes, I know. And I want to. I just don't know any really good books that I want to read. But I mean, I just have an idea, and I know I haven't wrote a book before. I know I haven't ever done any of that kind of stuff, but yeah. I have an idea, and I'm gonna do it. I guess that's all I can.
Go to Barnes and Noble. They have different sections for everything.
I have a couple books.
The books are not fucking expensive though. It's $60 for a fucking book, dude. It's crazy.
I have a couple books that I got from the library, and they're not technically books; they're manga. But
I guess I nothing.
And I should have took them back 3-4 months ago.
Oh,
so I'm probably ain't allowed back at the library.
I mean, you can go to a different one, right?
Yeah, probably.
Or just pay your fee, the $200 or whatever it's going to be, since you haven't given the book back.
It's not even worth it at that point.
I don't think they can ban you from the library, though. You just have an outstanding library balance. Probably can't check anything.
Well, yeah, I know they can't ban me, but they're going to make me pay before I can get anything, and I don't want to pay
whose fault
$500.
Whose fault is
it's
that?
Mine. It's my fault. I didn't say it wasn't.
when I was I think I told the story when I was in middle school. I checked out a book, whatever. Like we had to read a book every week or whatever. I checked
Uh-huh.
out a book and I just didn't return it for like the entire school year. I checked it out at like the beginning of the year, and I never returned it. And eventually, like I had that same mentality. I was like, dude, the fee's gonna be so high, I just don't even want to deal with it. And then like end
Oh
of the year
yeah.
rolls around, like, hey man, we need this book back, and I'm like, fuck. So I have to like find the book. I'd lost it at that point. I had to go find it and then give it back to them. Well, I'd like tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, I've had this book all year and I didn't return it. And she's like, you fucking
God.
kidding me? I had like a $50 library fine or something. My mom was so pissed. And the best part is I didn't even read the book. I don't even remember what the fuck the book was. I didn't even read it.
I did that a lot, to the point if like I needed a book for a class project and they wouldn't let me have one, I'd just go in there and walk out with one. And I got in a lot of trouble for that.
You thief.
But
You're a thief.
yeah, that they threatened to call the cops on me.
In middle school?
Yeah, in middle school. Well, the principal threatened to me, but Dad told me he's like he wasn't really going to.
Yeah, so you're
But
probably just doing that to freak you out because you're a kid, but you probably believed it. Like,
I
oh
did. I
God,
was like,
I'm gonna go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail because I wanted to fucking read fucking Captain Underpants or some shit. God, it was horrible.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I'm not good
But
at borrowing things. Very bad at returning things.
same. But I'm just gonna write it. And once I get done, I'm gonna edit it myself, and then I'm gonna see how many other people I can get to edit it.
Let me like proofread it.
I sent it to you already.
Yeah, you did it somewhere. It was a while ago. You sent it to me though.
Yeah, I'm still in the same story though. I've changed the main character's name, but that's about it. I've thought about it like every day. I just haven't wrote
I need to start
anything.
writing stuff too. I've had ideas for short films and stuff, but I just turn your fucking phone off, dude.
God, I never
So
get messages.
unprofessional, dude.
I'm
Someone
sorry.
is paying us to be here right now, okay? And you're sitting there through phone, bing, 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 bing.
My phone never goes off because everyone hates me.
Oh my
So I
God, you
don't.
fucking nobody loves me.
God,
Dramatic as fuck, dude. I put my phone on silent before I even start, dude. I take this shit seriously. I want us to grow. I'm sorry, okay, but
I usually don't have my phone near me either. So I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, your phone's usually too busy like raising your kid. Um,
Shut the fuck up. You know that fucking pisses me off because it's
That's
not
why I
true.
said it.
Because it's not fucking
That's
true.
why I said it. You got anything you want to talk about? Anything on the old topics board?
I can talk about my adventure of watching through the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Sure.
My thoughts on that.
Share your thoughts for the franchise that hasn't been good in 10 years.
Well, at the moment, I'm where it is good, so
Yeah.
I so bad want it to be good still, but because I like Marvel, I like all that shit.
I do too, but they're
And
not doing anything good with their characters, man.
but the reason I decided to is because Fantastic Four is coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and that looks pretty cool, pretty good.
I always liked Fantastic Four.
And then what was the other one?
Doctor Doom or like Doomsday or whatever.
Doomsday. Yeah, the Avengers movies are always the best. Hopefully, still they haven't made another Avengers since Endgame, so hopefully
Who's gonna be in this movie though besides like Robert Downey Jr.? Like all the OG cast is like has been done with it. I know they'll probably have like Black Captain America or whatever. They'll have him, right?
Black God.
Blacked in America.
I have Blacked in America. That's the thing. I like Captain America, but so
I don't like
here's
that black.
here's the thing that Bucky should have got the shield. Story wise, Bucky should have got the shield.
But you have to be inclusive.
But yeah, he's black. That's literally that's why I hate it, because that's their reasoning. It's like, yeah, but black. That's it, me saying that Bucky should have got the shield. So many people could call me racist for it.
Well, think
Which
about it
is
like
retarded.
this. Wait, I don't know if I can think about it like this, right? Listen, George Floyd died so that the Falcon could get Captain America's shield, okay?
God. Good fucking
He needs a
grief.
voice, dude. Black people need a voice. They don't have one.
Black Panther. Black
He's
Panther
dead!
was perfectly fine.
What's he gonna do?
That is really sad. That is really sad.
That's why the Captain America needs to be black.
But the reason that Bucky should have gotten it was Bucky was his friend and was like there through most of it, and it would have been a really good story because he was the Winter Soldier and done a bunch of shit and as a comeback shit. And the Falcon's reasoning for getting the shield is black. That's like, what motivation does he have besides racism? That's not a compelling story whatsoever.
Well, okay, so did you watch the series he got or whatever?
Yes.
Is that, I didn't see it. Is that what it was?
Practically, they added a character in that I guess he got the super soldier serum around the same time the original,
Falcon
Steve
did?
got it. No.
Oh, a
there was
different guy.
just some random dude got the serum around the same time Steve did, but he was black, so they didn't do anything with him. And I'm just like, what?
Dude, he got
why?
big beef with black people, dude. So you got to tell me something.
Well, no, it's not even about that. It's just like, I get it. You diverse heroes and whatnot, but when you just throw that in and throw a black superhero and be like, motivations are racism because they're black and that's their struggle. I mean, Black Panther, he was the king of Wakanda. He was
the king of Africa, dude. That's where he... No, I can't say that either. Fuck, I have to cut myself off. I was about to say that's where he belongs, but I don't... It's just kind of fucked up. I didn't even mean it to be fucked up, but I'm like, wait. I just stopped myself.
But like Black Panther, he was king of Wakanda. His struggle was trying to become a good king and whatnot. And
that movie's so good.
If he should open the borders to the rest of the world and stuff like that. But they do just a little bit of like black, but not like a whole lot, which is fine.
I'm fine with that kind of stuff as long as if it's not like shoved down your throat, you know. Like I'm fine.
But that's
showing off
what they
like
do.
struggles of black people in movies, right? But like,
not
to the point where it's like, okay, guys, like this, we need to replace like Captain America. I don't even care if they replace him with a black guy. Just make it like make sense, right?
Okay, but the other thing is the Falcon being Captain America is cool.
Yeah.
Still, because he's got the wings and the shield. There's the new Captain America, the new one that just came out.
I forgot what Hulk or whatever.
With the Red Hulk.
Yeah, I know what you're
that looks good. As long as they don't just like, oh, well, I'm black and that's why no one accepts me as Captain America.
I'm sure they're doing that, but like, I think like a lot of companies are gonna start stepping away from that kind of like diversity. Like, let's love everybody and like include like people of color and LGBTQ in all our movies, just, you know, so we don't get the mob on us. I think they just stop caring. I think we're gonna start seeing less of that, which I'm happy about.
And it's the same with women characters too. I watched Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Oh God, that's
not too long ago.
Is that one of the really bad ones?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not as bad as I remembered. They throw in a few just like random pot shots like, I'm a woman and this is why I can do this. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's like her struggle they do good with her struggle. It's that she was like captured by aliens and whatnot, and her memory was wiped, and it was good, and she was a pilot and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was the thing in Endgame when all of the women
Yeah.
get together. It's so stupid. I mean, like, you still like that was just the worst part. The parts of that they had with women were better was Tony and Pepper when she had the suit and they were
Yeah.
doing that was fucking sick. And I mean, there's this you think of compelling shit besides race, gender, or whatever.
It can be compelling, like, if you write it that way, but if they're doing it for no reason, then it's, like, so obvious that it's trying to, like, sell you on the idea of, like, guys, like, black people have a hard time being alive.
Here's a good thing that it would be a good way to do compelling because of gender is Black Widow.
Didn't she get a movie? Or, like, a show?
Yeah, she got a movie. She was, like, in the Assassins organization of all women and all that.
What?
And well, yeah, it was the Red Room. I'm pretty sure is what it was called or something like that.
I've been so checked out on Marvel since Endgame, dude. I've got no fucking clue what's going on.
And I mean that's compelling. She was practically in like sex slavery, half-ass. And
which parts of the movie is she in sex slavery? I'm just asking.
Well,
you have timestamps? I don't got time to sit down and watch the whole movie.
I might have gotten to the wrong movie by accident.
Rewind.
But I mean, see, that's compelling, and she had. I mean, because she was a woman, and she was strong because she used like seduction and all that to get her way through. And
I think you can make really compelling movies about like black struggle and women's struggle, like Boys in the Hood, dude. That's like a black struggle movie, isn't it? Like it's like life as a gangster or whatever. I don't know.
We're talking superhero movies though, because there is like
Black Panther, dude.
Like there, I've watched shows about slavery and stuff, and those are good because it's about that, but there's other shit going on. But when you're supposed to be a superhero, and when you're trying to portray a superhero, it's more about character and not race and all that shit. I guess that's the best way to put it. I mean, there's very good movies about like actual real life shit, but I just think superheroes you need to be more.
I think the problem is like they try to make their character their race or their gender or whatever instead of just making an actual character. Like their character is being black or their character is being a woman or their character is being gay. If they can make a character that like that's part of it, but they have way more going on. There's more depth there. Then I'm fine.
Yes, exactly. But when that becomes their main thing, that's the problem. Is when it becomes their main thing. I mean, and it with the whole what they do with the new Captain America makes it seem like Steve Rogers was bad because he was white. And
did they really?
It almost makes you feel like it because with the introduction of the guy that was around the same time as Steve getting the serum, but they was thrown aside. But Steve got the spotlight and shit. Yeah, it's like
when they like retcon shit like that. That's so annoying, dude.
But it's like, but Steve was like he jumped on a fucking grenade. The guy that made the serum was like all like character is what matters. But he doesn't care.
Though. He wasn't black. His struggle
exactly.
His struggle doesn't matter. He wasn't black.
But it's worse when they try to do like retro shit. When it's like 1940s, it's always like everything's racist. I mean, it pretty much probably was,
Oh,
but
yeah, 100% it was, but
the
still.
movie's not about racism. It's about Captain America and being a heroic person.
I think a lot of it is trying to overcorrect for it's like white guilt or whatever, you know? They're like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
you know, like we didn't really like eliminate like racism, like civil rights passed pretty recently comparatively to like a lot of other shit, you know? So it's
Yes.
like I get it, like we want to spread a good message like guys, you know, everyone should be treated fair, but it's like when you raise up one group of people and then drop another one lower, we kind of get into the same situation, right?
But when it's in every single movie and show, it's like
It's gotten
shit,
better,
dude.
dude.
We get it.
Like when COVID happened, dude. Like you know, when like George Floyd and all that happened, people it was bad, dude. I remember like everything was just about like white people are evil, black people they can't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I get it. Superheroes are the
I'm
big
getting in a way
thing.
different area.
I mean, yeah, but like superheroes are like a really big thing, and that's like what people look towards as that and having that. But it's like you have Black Panther. They didn't. There was not like, oh, I'm black. Then that's
No, he had like a
they
whole
barely did it.
he had yeah, like yeah, he was black, but he also had like his own thing, like to be the king and like you know Killmonger and all that. You know, he had like his own struggles that gave him depth. You
It,
know,
yeah, it wasn't. Oh, I'm black, and that's what makes my power. He's just I'm king of Wakanda
yeah.
and Frozone. Frozone's always
What was his
fucking
struggle?
incredible. I don't know. He's just
Frozone got fucking profiled and pulled over by the cops for no reason.
Frozone's all. I love. He's like my favorite fucking Incredibles. But I'm trying to think of others.
What your favorite black people? Or your favorite black
Just
superheroes?
black superheroes that are just compelling because they are who they are.
I mean, listen,
Not
I'll say this, and this might be controversial. I'd like more, right? If it makes sense, because I think we have way too many like white ones. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be like eliminate white people and let's make all black superheroes, but like, yeah, I mean, I think a point can be made that there isn't a lot of black
this.
superheroes, right? But make it make sense.
Well,
Don't just be like, okay, guys, we need to meet our black guy quota. Let's make this guy the new superhero just because he's black. You know what I mean? Make it make sense.
I mean, I just
Like
think
Miles
race
Morales,
should not
right?
even
Miles
be a.
Morales should he has does
Oh yeah,
like Spider-Verse is really really good movies, right? They like those are fucking some of the best movies ever made. But
I mean, yes, Miles is a good one too. And I mean, all the Spider-Man
and
though they
dude,
have the same
Miles
struggle.
has like racial struggles, bro. You know what I mean? Like Miles has like racial like he lives in like the projects or some shit, right? Probably I don't think he does. I don't even think he's black. Isn't he like oh his dad's black and his mom's like Mexican or something, right? So he's got like
I
double
think
struggles.
so.
You know what I mean?
He playing on hard mode.
But it's like, you know, they can make a compelling movie and still include those struggles, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but
They just
make
like
it compelling
yeah, they just
still.
way overcorrect. I don't get it.
Because I mean, yeah, a Rhodey's really good.
Brody's really good
The
too.
War Machine.
Yeah.
I watched Iron Man 1 and 2, and those are the best fucking
Those movies
movies.
are so good. Elon Musk is in Iron Man too, isn't he?
Not that I remember.
Or maybe
It
it's
might be
three.
three.
Might be three. It's two or three.
I'm
He shows
I
up at
think
like
that's the next one to watch.
at like a dinner party. I think what needs to happen, you know, like I watched Schindler's List recently, right, for the first time, and it's like, man, I feel bad for Jewish people, you know. I think they need like that kind of version of a movie, but for black people, like a black people Schindler's List,
God.
like
That
show their
there's
historical
a
struggle.
lot of those.
No, but
There's
like make it
I
good.
can't remember all the names of them, but because they all have got strange names, but
Django Unchained's a good movie, but it gets
Django,
it gets a bit. He turns to like a cowboy. It's like Red Dead Redemption after a while.
yeah. But I mean, I just don't think race
Dude, this could
should
be
matter
this could be the
whatsoever.
this is gonna be the Black History Month episode. That's what I'm gonna title it.
Oh shit!
It's Black History Month.
I just don't think it should
Who's your
matter
favorite black
whatsoever.
person?
Barack Obama.
Hell yeah. Oh, my fellow Americans. I like Barack Obama. He's cool.
Will Smith. Before the slap
Before the fucking
of Chris Rock.
cuckening or whatever.
God.
Dude,
The
I can't. So I'll go on Hulu, right, and I'll like browse shows and shit. I'll see the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and I was like, I don't know why anyone thought this guy was like hip or cool or whatever. Like, he's always been kind of goofy.
That show was so fucking good. I watched
I've
it
never seen
so
it.
much.
I'll have to see it pop up, and I'm like, this guy's so goofy, man.
As a actor, I love Will Smith. I love
really good
every
actor.
single one of his movies ever. And that was the thing. Is like when I grew up, I didn't look at Will Smith and be like, he's black. I just like, dude, I like the dude.
Because he had character, man.
I mean, because I just wasn't. People say that like, oh, everyone's grown up racist or something, but my parents just didn't even like.
We're gonna get so much shit in this episode.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's like shit. It's getting shoved down your throat.
I don't
so
think
much.
I don't think everyone's born racist. I've heard that. I'm like, no, it's like people are raised to be
Every
racist.
every
you know what
white person is born racist.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I think it's your environment. You know what I mean? Like if you're, like if your parents were like taught you to hate black people and their parents taught them to hate black people. You know, it's just like a thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But now with the internet, it's like, oh my god! Every time you go on there, it's something about racism and shit, and it's just like
it's because everyone the internet makes it easy for people to group together now. Like back then, you're kind of like back then, as if we were pretty much born alongside the internet. But before the internet, right? It was like you're kind of constricted to like your local like skinhead group. You know what I mean? And after a certain amount of time, you couldn't really admit that you're in that group anymore, so you kind of just had to keep it low key or whatever. But now it's like, hey guys, we have the internet now, so like we can just do podcast about being white or whatever.
It's just I just don't think it matters. It really doesn't. And yeah, just make superheroes and whatever.
Make good movies.
What? Yeah, make good fucking movies. I want to see the new Captain America, and hopefully they do good. But
we should go see it. I haven't seen a movie in the movie theater in a while.
Yeah, we should. But I mean, it's just whatever. I mean, I love Marvel. I love it all.
I think it's time for the official like Gifted Gang stance. I think, oh god, I might get shit for this, dude. Oh, I think racism needs to stop right now. Knock it off. Knock it the fuck off, guys. Seriously, colored people are our allies. Raise your fist.
No.
Why?
I'm not doing that shit.
Why? Show you're serious, dude. Hayden's racist. Here, look, hang on. There we go.
God.
Black History Month. I stand with black people and every other person of color. Fuck white people and cops.
Exactly. That's just racist.
No.
I feel like we hit a peak. Like between the 90s and the 2010s, it was just like everyone was just chill. It's like no one cared. Everyone watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Everyone
we really became adults in the worst time like to be an adult. Like how the fuck did that happen? We grew up in like some of the best times ever. You know what I mean? Like we were kids like during the early 2000s and 2010s, right? Like I think the 2010s is like going to be our version of like the 80s, dude. Like everything was so cool and awesome and colorful and whatever, and like it was sweet, and then everything's poopy now. Everything sucks.
Because like the pure fact, like this whole podcast could get us so much actual hate. just for the stuff we say. It's just because we're both white.
It's just words, guys. You know.
We just want good movies.
I want good movies and games, bro. Like,
I mean,
what's
shit, just make everything yellow like The Simpsons and just move on with it.
Stop Asian hate, Hayden. That's fucked up.
Okay, I said like The Simpsons. Those yellow, not like.
Where did Stop Asian Hate come from? Was there like an Asian version of George Floyd I didn't know about? Where did I know that started a little bit after BLM, right?
So I don't know if I'm gonna tell the whole truth about this, but it's a little debated on. So there was a point in time where a lot of black people were beating up Asian people, and then they the people were like, "Oh my, stop Asian hate and whatever," and then they figured out who was doing it, and then it just kind of disappeared.
Oh, you just keep doing Asian hate. What?
God.
All right, let me ask you something. This is gonna get you a lot of shit depending how you answer. Do you think there
we're
should
already done?
Do you think there should be a White History Month? This could be the most racist episode ever. Should we stop? Okay, you're not one of those people, at least.
No,
people are like,
there should not.
People are like, if there's a Black History Month, why can there be a White History Month? I'm like, dude, that's like President's Day and like fucking
Not anymore,
or something.
President's Day's got Barack Obama, so
like, I feel like White History Month is every other month.
I just don't. History. There's learn history. I don't think there should be. Just history should be taught at all points of time of all different history. Just history. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we did some fucked up shit when the country was started, but
we did some fucked up shit up until like 50 years ago. Don't get it twisted. We still do fucked up shit. Actually, no. Yeah, we've done fucked up shit since like 10 years ago. Actually,
I mean,
we do fucked up shit all the time.
I mean, shit. That's history, and don't repeat it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, but then you find new fucked up shit to do. All right, listen. We won't do that again, but we'll do this thing. Let's do Guantanamo Bay this time.
Do you want to know something about slavery, though? Every race in the world has been slaves at one point. Every race. It's not even about race it's always about the poor versus the rich.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, slavery is still a thing that happens nowadays.
Yeah, there's just because slavery doesn't exist in America anymore doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like, there's still slaves in like modern countries.
And isn't that the funny thing? Slaves aren't really ever about race. It's always about the poor and the rich suppressing the poor. Isn't that something that we all can get behind?
You would think so, right? Like, you think like we have these these two parties, like Democrats versus Republicans, but it should be like the people versus the wealthy, right? That should be the two parties. I think a lot of people could find some common ground if they just put a lot of the silly differences aside, you know, like, why putting tampons in men's bathrooms? What the fuck? Instead of like, hey guys, Elon Musk has been firing like federal employees. Dude, this is gonna be like a dicey episode. Like, Elon Musk has been like firing like federal employees and like, you know, doing a bunch of shit that no one chose him to do.
Trump chose him. Trump wants him to do that. Trump 100% put him in there to do that because he knew he would.
But the people shouldn't have any say in what he's doing.
But it's a good idea still.
What?
To like take down the IRS and all what Elon is doing.
Listen, I'm all behind the idea of cutting waste and shit, but like, he's not even doing that. He's just getting rid of shit he doesn't like. Like, you don't think there's like some conflict of interest there?
I mean,
He's like, oh, I'm gonna cut government contracts, except for the ones that benefit me, like the ones for Tesla and SpaceX and shit. Like, you don't think there could be some kind of conflict of interest there?
well, there's always going to be conflict of interest. Always. Every human being that gets put in any position ever, they're going to have their own. It's just
Well, like
human nature.
when you're elected, you get like checks and balances, right? You know what I mean? But Elon is just some guy that he's just doing whatever, right? Like he's been giving this like almighty authority to go in and do whatever he wants. Like he's got access to like the IRS data systems. Like why? Why should he have access to that?
Well, there's checks and I mean Trump can fire him.
He's not going
People,
to. What
he's not going to.
No.
Yes, but because he's doing what he wants, and we elected to do his thing. I guess
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't elect Elon though. You know what I mean? Like Elon's like he's got this fucking supreme power to do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like Trump is like, hey, you know what, Elon, just go do whatever. I'm not going to stop you.
I mean,
have fun.
With what Elon is doing is exactly what Trump said that he wanted to do. Is what I mean, yes, Elon's going to have his own self-interest, like I said, human nature, but he hasn't overstepped anything. I mean, shit, that's what okay, right, left. That's what the left wants anyway, is clean energy, right? And that's what Tesla and all that is. So it's like, yeah, why would he do that? Would be a bad thing on both sides.
Yeah, but
they don't like Elon, so
why would you?
I'm just saying, hey, I don't give a fuck either way, but
Elon's a fucking retard, bro.
Oh yeah, he is. But apparently most geniuses are retards, so
I don't even think he's a genius, dude. Listen, what has Elon Musk invented?
I know you think he just has a bunch. I mean, he has a bunch of people do the shit.
He's an investor, dude. He's an investor. He's not an inventor. He throws money at shit, dude.
Well, okay, still, Albert Einstein was retarded too, so
yeah, but
I know Albert Einstein. I'm just saying he was he actually did something, and that just made my point of most like geniuses are retarded. I don't know why, but
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
And there's other examples above. I'm not even talking about Elon. I just want to make
I don't get why people are so rock hard about Elon though.
I don't know either.
And now he's got like supreme power, dude. I listen, dude. I don't like talking about politics on this podcast as much as anybody else, but I just think like it's the fucking. Like the government is like in the most retarded state it's ever been ever. Dude, listen, dude, the White House Twitter put out like deportation ASMR today. This isn't a serious this isn't a serious country anymore, dude. You can't say it is.
God.
And then it's like they put out some fucking art today. Like the White House official Twitter put out some art today, like "Hail to the King," and it's a picture of Trump with a crown on his head, bro. Like, no, okay. I know it's probably some intern or some bullshit that runs that Twitter, but like, do you not think like the White House Twitter account should be like a little bit like professional, or like anybody should be like a little bit professional at all? If you're like the head of like one of the most powerful governments, like nations in the planet. How do we get here from Avengers and black people?
I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. People are people, and there's bad people and there's good people. There's shitty people. There's in between people. It doesn't matter at all. Left, right, black, white, male, female, fucking attack helicopter.
And the government is full of horrible people. So I don't understand why people get so worked up about it.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Like, if people want to see a difference, then do something about it. But they're just letting whoever take the wheel and go fucking willy-nilly, you know? It's like, dude.
It's all about money and greed. And that's why... Okay, I know you're going to disagree. Probably. But that's why I think Trump is probably one of the best presidents is because he's got all the money in the world.
He's paid off still, bro. Like he's got.
How? By who?
Did you see his
Everyone
fucking
hates
inauguration? Mark Zuckerberg was there. Like the richest people in the fucking planet were at his
Mark
inauguration.
Mark Zuckerberg hated him until
Mark is like, hey, Trump, I have a lot of money and I've got one of the biggest platforms in the world. We'll start spreading your message instead. And Trump's like, yeah, sure, man. Come to all my parties and shit.
No, Mark Zuckerberg.
Isn't it weird that once Trump... Isn't it weird that once Trump got elected, right, Mark Zuckerberg changed his whole image. He's not about inclusivity. He's about whatever the fuck now.
Exactly, but is that on Trump? Or is that Mark Zuckerberg being a fucking succubus or whatever you want to fucking call him? A leech.
It's called playing somebody that can be played, dude. He saw an opportunity, he took it.
It's called sucking the dick of who's ever in power.
Yeah,
that's what Mark Zuckerberg's doing.
Elon Musk did the same thing. He rimmed Trump's butthole enough to let him get the highest seat in the country, bro.
I mean, if someone offered to rim your ass, wouldn't you just be like, okay?
Okay, so do you think Elon Musk should have access to, like IRS tax information of every citizen in the country? You think that's, like, perfectly normal?
Do you think, like, 800 different IRS agents should have it?
Because that you
don't know at all?
That's their job.
Okay, yeah, and
they sign a bunch of paperwork to fucking say, hey, like, I have to handle this information responsibly. You know what I mean?
Ted Bundy's job was a clown.
What? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, he was a clown. That's how he killed a lot of people, because he was a little clown and then fucking dead.
I don't think Ted Bundy was a clown, one. And two, it's like, that has nothing to do with anything.
It might have been someone else, but...
Like, what?
I mean, just because it's someone's job doesn't mean that they're going to be, like, good at it or do good stuff with it.
Like the president?
Yeah, sure, yes.
So,
still...
I'm not saying... my question, though. You think Elon should just have, like, unfettered access to everybody's information ever? You think that's a good idea?
I don't think anyone should have access to it whatsoever.
What do you... Like, so, like, you don't think the IRS should, like, exist? Like,
no, not really.
Then how are we gonna pay for shit? What the fuck? How's shit gonna get paid for?
Because tariffs, honestly, I think. I don't fucking know. You know the country... you know the reason this country started is because they taxed our fucking tea, and we almost destroyed their entire fucking country because of it?
Yeah, we're getting taxed again, but we're getting represented. Taxation without representation or whatever. Like, that's why they flipped out. But now we get represented, right? And if we're like,
represented by who?
The people we elect. What do you mean? The representatives, the senators, the president?
Yeah, but
the democracy.
Where does that money go?
To pay the people that represent us. What do you mean?
To pay the people that represent us?
How do you think they get paid?
That shouldn't be our job.
How do you think they get paid? What do you mean? Okay, then who pays them? They should do it for free.
You know what? You know what? If we didn't have to pay taxes, we wouldn't have to pay them.
How would they get paid? How would the country operate without money? What are you talking about?
Taxes should be going to, like, military roads and shit like that, but that's not where the vast majority of the shit's going.
Where's it going?
Ukraine. We put a fucking $1 billion into fucking Ukraine, even though we don't get anything for doing that.
Yeah, so do you know why we send money to other countries? It's for, like, diplomacy and, like, so we have a good relation with the rest of the planet. It's like humanitarian, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a humanitarian standpoint, but when I've watched like 4 or 5 fucking homeless people in the past week. Where's their part of that tax?
It's getting cut from the rich people, and they just going wherever the fuck.
the rich people.
Like, so, like, these new, like, Trump tax cuts came out, and taxes are being increased for, like, the lower class and being cut from rich people. Reaganomics, baby.
That's just not at all what's happening.
That is. He releases tax cuts or whatever the fuck. What?
I mean, here's the thing. Why should we be spending billions of dollars on shit that doesn't matter when people here on other countries, one, that do nothing for us, and when we have people here that are starving, homeless, and shit?
So we should just start giving like homeless people money.
Housings, like programs to get them off the fucking street.
So our
Better
taxes,
program.
Our taxes go to those programs too.
Not enough.
You can't help people that don't want to be helped, though. That's one thing, right? You can't
Well, yeah, but there's people that do want to be helped, but can't. There's veterans that are homeless.
So why not tax rich people more to get more money into those programs?
Okay, yeah, sure, but
We're saying the same thing.
why diminish the rich people here when we're sending millions of dollars to fucking countries to defend themselves that do nothing? It's Ukraine. They can either defend themselves. They can defend themselves.
They don't have the kind of resources we do. So we should let like Russia just steamroll Ukraine and they just can do whatever they want. That's like not a good example, right?
I mean, Trump does it the best, and he's like, you do it, we blow you up. You don't, then you're good. Instead of just fucking, you have to have balls instead of sending money and just be like, here, take it.
So we should start like a conflict with Russia then, if they don't listen to us.
Russia's always trying to start a conflict with us.
They haven't tried to do that since like the Cold War. That was over a long time ago.
Exactly. They've always been doing it.
Yeah, and their beef isn't with us right now, so should we go start beef with them just because they're attacking a different country?
Do you not think sending billions of dollars to Ukraine isn't starting a conflict with Russia?
No, it's supporting
because we're funding the enemy.
Diplomacy, dude. What?
We're funding the enemy, and we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. We can fund them all, but and that's the only reason they're still standing. So if Russia really wants to take over Ukraine, what do? They attack the biggest funder.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do that though, because that would start like World War III.
Exactly, they won't do it. So why not? I'm not. That's exactly. They don't want to do it because they know we're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, so like if we attack Russia too, it's going to start more shit too, right? Mutually.
All we have to do is threaten it, and then they won't. They'll stop. That's pretty much what's happening right now. We threaten it, and they kind of stop.
Oh, okay, yeah, they kind of stopped. All is good.
But right now, what's happening is Trump went to Russia not too long ago, and was trying to be like, we're gonna take this. We're gonna deal with this without any more bloodshed. And Vance went to Ukraine and was doing the same thing, but Ukraine's like, we're not doing it. We're gonna keep going. We're not gonna take any deal
because they got attacked.
Should we? Yeah, they got attacked.
Should take so if we got attacked, we should take the first deal we get to be like, all right, we'll stop.
But the U.S. isn't like, oh, well, they get this much land, or they're trying to think of something that both sides can agree with. But Ukraine's like, there's nothing we'll agree with. We're just gonna. Do you think Ukraine can take on all of Russia?
No, that's why we're helping them.
Yeah, exactly. But even if with our help, we need direct. The only way they're gonna completely defeat Russia is we fully help them anyway. And so, like,
I think that's why they're trying to join NATO.
Ukraine's definitely not the greatest country either.
No, because it came out of the fucking USSR, dude, when they got split up, and that place was a shithole before it got split up.
But like, okay, here, let's do a little. So you're getting beat the fuck out of, and someone comes in and is like, "Here's some money, buy a bat." and so you got a bat, but you're beating them with the bat, but then they come with a fucking hammer or some shit, fucking sledgehammer, and you're just going back and forth, and then someone comes in and it's like, hey, we can stop this if you just. But in this scenario, you are Ukraine.
Okay.
We can stop this. We can both just go our separate ways. You get this. You get your dignity or whatever. The guy with the sledgehammer, and you get to keep all your land if you just stop. And you're like, no. And he's continued to hit the dude with the bat. And while he continues to hit you with the hammer, or sledgehammer. It's like, why wouldn't you take that deal? Like, why would you at least not try? Yeah, maybe like try to negotiate. Like, no, maybe I do a little bit more to him before this ends or whatever. But Ukraine was just flat out like, no, we're not doing. We're just going to keep going.
I mean, I can see why they would though. They got attacked first out of nowhere.
Yeah, okay, sure, and they've made a good effort. They've got, but you know what?
So we got attacked. Okay, like we get 9/11 right, and we start attacking them right, and they're just like, so someone comes in, it's like, hey guys, stop fighting, okay? Like we can just call this off and it's all good, okay? And George was like, okay, cool, we're done fighting then.
Okay, so that was exactly where I was about to go. The whole thing, we spent 20 years over there over 9/11.
And like nothing got done.
Yeah, exactly. It was way too fucking long. We fucked them up. We fucked them good. That should have ended in like at least 2 years. At most 2 years. That should have ended way sooner.
100%.
It should have at least definitely ended when fucking what's his name? The dude that did the fucking shit.
Osama
bin Laden, yeah. Almost said Obama. Osama, when he got killed, yeah, that should have been it. At the like maximum, that should have been it. We did what we wanted to do. We're done. But
well, so after a while, what it was trying to help them establish, like, because we went to the Middle East and we're like, okay, this place is fucked up. Let's help them, like, get some shit, like some kind of form of government established. And like, as soon as like we left, they got turned around and pretty much like sold out the country. You know what I mean?
We spent 20 fucking years trying to help them learn how to protect themselves, get established. Who God knows how much money went into all of that.
We just gave Jeeps to like the Taliban too. We gave like Apache helicopters to the Taliban.
And fuck money. Fuck money. How many lives we gave to trying to help them fucking do that. To get them established. And like the week that we leave, it's just boom, ISIS is back in control. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? Sometimes, and that's also the thing, sometimes places just can't be helped.
War is bad. I think that's
what war is bad. War is always bad. That's why I'm like, why fund a war? War is bad. Why fund a war?
We should pull our taxes from the military and put it towards something else.
Oh well, not exactly.
That's like military shit, dude. It's like the industrial complex is why like we're sending them weapons and bullshit too.
Yeah, well, yeah, we need to stop giving it to everyone else and shit. And
I think we should stop printing money. I think that should be our first thing.
God, yeah, that's another thing too. And I know you roll your eyes every time I say anything about Trump and Trump being good. And the only thing I want to say is I know Trump is not perfect. I'm not one of them. He is the president of the United States. I think that he's done good. I think he's at very least one of the most consequential, like one of the biggest presidents. Because I mean,
like culturally, sure.
Everything. The things that he's done.
Like what?
I can't. I have a horrible memory when it comes to fucking God, he's. Let me think.
Because
I mean,
my opinion
the,
is like history will not favor him well. Like 50 years down the line, history will not remember him very well. He will not be favored.
I don't know what you've been watching.
Then like I've been watching what's been going on.
What has he done that's bad?
Like he lies out his ass like all the fucking time.
What has he lied about?
I'm gonna drop prices. I'm gonna fix the economy day one. Prices will go down day one. He says he's gonna do all this shit day one.
Okay. Well, any sane person knew that he couldn't do that day one anyway.
So why is he saying it? That's a lie.
I honestly,
that's a lie. That's a lie.
But
like I know all politicians lie, but he just says shit like it's just because he can.
That's the biggest thing about Trump. The biggest flaw about Trump is he exaggerates bad. He exaggerates really bad.
His first term, dude, I'm gonna build a wall, make Mexico pay for it. Mexico didn't pay for the wall. Mexico didn't pay for a wall. He built like half of it. He didn't even finish it.
He built a lot of it, and he taxed a little bit on Mexico. I mean, Mexico didn't pay for it all, but it paid a little bit. I mean, so far, his big thing right now is the tariffs. That's what his plan is. I don't understand tariffs, and I don't. No, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to explain it.
So I'm going to give you some context here as someone that likes history. I was reading a lot about Herbert Hoover. He was really big on tariffs too. And you know what was going on when he became president? Like shortly after.
What?
The Great Depression.
Wonderful.
He was like, so the economy was not in good shape. So he's like, let's implement tariffs to like, I don't know, like offset some of it. I don't really fully understand how tariff works either. And then everything fucking plummeted. The economy of the world shot down.
But he's a businessman. That's
he's
the
not
thing.
A good one. He's gone bankrupt like 15 times.
All companies go fucking bankrupt like not several times. It's a fucking strategy of business anyways to go bankrupt anyway.
To lose all your money and go bankrupt? Doesn't sound like a good business strategy to me.
Well, he doesn't technically lose all of his money.
Yeah, okay, like his company does, but if you're like draining your company dry money to the point it has to go bankrupt, I don't think you can call yourself a good businessman. You know what I mean?
Well, he's I'm pretty sure to use like tax loopholes too. Is about one of the main reasons that he did that. Pretty sure that it's like a thing where like you start a company and then you bankrupt it and it's like a tax write-off or something. I'm not sure if that's right or not.
No, I'm just laughing because like this episode is so funny. We've been we started with Black History Month. We're arguing about Trump. This episode's awesome. This is gonna be my new favorite. Okay, let me give you another reason I don't like Trump. Right, like he's like, you know, like the president's supposed to uphold like the Constitution or whatever, right? Or like, but like he wants to, you know, end birthright citizenship, right? That's like in the Constitution.
No, it was never in the Constitution.
Birthright citizenship. Okay, then what makes you like a citizen when you're born here? Just whatever. Well,
it's not that birthright citizenship is not it's that. Right. My God, I'm gonna have to look it up too. I just heard something about that. Birthright citizenship
is the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, dude. It's a
14th Amendment. What is the
14th Amendment? Removes any doubt that every child born in the United States, no matter the status of their parents, automatically became a citizen. He wants to get rid of that. He wants to get rid of the 14th Amendment. Isn't that like insane to you? So like
I can't remember my amendments. I swore that was something about slavery or some shit.
So like if the 14th Amendment didn't exist, right? Like my family didn't immigrate here originally, right? They came in after the fact, right? So without that, like let's say like the 14th Amendment didn't exist, like I wouldn't be an American. I'd be British.
But the problem with it
Like
is
I get it. Like people abuse it, and there's like anchor kids or whatever they call like Mexican moms come over here. So we should just get rid of it completely.
I have not heard his view on it exactly, but I mean, it is a problem because people can literally just like, I'm in labor and just drop them off over the border and then just be like, well, birthright citizenship. I mean, it even.
But I don't think the solution should be getting rid of the 14th Amendment. You know, like that's an extreme thing.
Yeah, that is an extreme scenario, but I don't fucking know about birthright citizenship.
That's like one of his things, dude. That's one of his platforms. Out with the illegals.
Well, yeah. You know what? Who like wants the fucking deportation the most? Legal Mexican citizens. That's who want the ones that came through here the right way want it the most, because if you're getting, he's not deporting all Mexicans. That's what people make it sound like. He's deporting illegal. Yeah. What what is the problem?
I don't think there's a problem with deporting illegals. Like Obama deported like 50 million illegals. There's nothing wrong with deporting people that came here illegally, right? But like he's making a big show of it. I don't know why. Like we're gonna ice raid every neighborhood and do all this. Like they've been doing that for a while. He's just making a big show of it because that's what he's good at. He's good at stirring shit up.
I mean, shit. If you see that when you're wanting to sneak into the country, it kind of makes you not want to.
So you don't want people to come to America because it's gonna make nobody want to
come
to America.
No, I said sneak. I'm saying
people away.
I'm saying
it's gonna have that ripple effect though, right?
No, but why? It would make people if so if I want to go to America that bad, I don't think that's gonna stop them. And this is gonna be like, hey, okay, maybe I should do it the right way.
I'm pretty sure it stopped anybody from coming in. Like I saw this one thing where like this Mexican lady was in line to get reviewed to immigrate or whatever, like go through the system, and her shit got canceled because like the department, like immigration or whatever, like someone got fired or like he's firing everybody.
I don't fucking know.
He's firing like most of the fucking federal workforce.
Well, shit. I mean, half of them. What do they do? I mean, I'm assuming they got him replaced pretty soon because that is an important thing. Because did you hear about the crisis under Biden at the border? Did you hear about that? Do you remember that shit?
I heard about it. I don't really remember it. It was a long time ago.
It was like millions of fucking illegals just like jumping over the border when Biden, like in the first like month or two.
That's not good. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, you're gonna have to have it one way or the other.
Closed or open,
and yeah, pretty much. And it's like,
or maybe we should, instead of putting the effort to doing all that, we should maybe give more resources to people that want to come in and improve the system, right? If you want them to come here legally, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just cutting off access completely.
They have like sanctuary cities and shit for illegals to go to, and they like spend millions of dollars on illegal for them just to be here. Like we know where all of them are, and we fund them somewhat. Why not get them all out, and then put all the funding into securing the border? And securing the border it doesn't just mean a wall. It means better, faster ways to get in, faster legal ways to get in, faster like background checks and stuff like that. You got like coyotes, the cartel trying to get bringing like where does most of the United States sex trafficking go?
I don't fucking know. Why would I know that?
Mexico.
Where's it come from,
People get
or where's it go?
no. Where does it go? They get kidnapped in America and sent to fucking, or vice versa. Honestly, it's kind of both. But if you secure that border, that kind of stops.
No, I'm all for that, but like, you know, closing it off completely and like ending birthrights, like uh, citizenship, and just cutting all that off. It's like let's be more productive about it, right? That's what I'm all about. Instead of just taking everything to the extreme, just because I don't know, like, yeah, own the libs or whatever, right?
I was sitting here reading about the birthright citizenship, and guess what? Surprise, surprise! I don't agree with it because I don't agree 100% with everything Trump does.
You shouldn't agree with anything a president does, but you should find some like. Or not, I mean, you shouldn't agree with everything. That's what I meant to say.
Exactly.
Agree with everything a president does, right? Like, listen, I like the idea on paper of, like Doge or whatever the fuck retard name that is. I fucking hate that stupid ass name. Like, I like the idea on paper. Like, I feel like we do waste a lot of money on stupid bullshit in the government that could go to better places, right?
Mm-hmm.
But using it for some other bullshit, like, we're just kind of restarting the cycle, right? Like, so, I mean, so here's another thing too. Like the FBI, you see what's going on at the FBI?
No.
So the FBI, I think their lead or the director of the FBI resigned or whatever. Once Trump was like, I'm gonna fucking fire all these people or whatever, and so they found like an acting director. And it was supposed to be this other guy. I can't remember. Acting director. It was supposed to be a different guy, but. They updated the White House website with the wrong guy. So this other guy is the FBI director now because they didn't want to say we got it wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Trump transition team asked. Okay, so this other guy was supposed to be the deputy director of the FBI underneath Robert Kissane, but Driscoll became acting director of the FBI because the White House website incorrectly listed him as acting director and Kissing as deputy. Instead of fixing the error, the pair swapped their temporary FBI roles. So now we just have this other guy in charge of the FBI. I thought that was a bit silly. And then, Trump wanted to fire a bunch of the FBI directors that were investigating, like, January 6th or whatever. But the guy that's the director now is like, no, you're not going to do that.
Fine. But I wish I knew more about politics. I know that I'm not getting a lot of my points across. I do wish I was a little bit more fluent in that.
I think we're overlapping a lot of what we're saying, right? I just think there are certain things where I'm just like what's going on right now is a little silly, right? It's a bit of a show.
It's a bit of a show. Yes, but I mean, it's better than what we just had. Can you agree with that?
No, what we just had wasn't like a complete fucking shit show. I don't think it was good by any means, but it wasn't this fucking.
It was a complete shit show.
Like what?
Biden was a complete shit show. The border crisis shit. The border crisis shit was horrible.
That's it.
The fact that if Trump was in office, I don't think fucking. I mean, you know what? You can say. Is it too far to say it being a complete shit show when the president barely knows what he's fucking saying? Or that he's like nearly falling asleep during like fucking national fucking addresses?
Like, like Trump is like almost the same age as Biden at this point, dude. Like they're not that far apart in age.
Yeah, I know that.
And but people have seen Trump falling asleep at shit too. They're old people.
Well, yeah, but still, it doesn't mean cognitive is like I can tell you. I know two people that are about the same age, and one of them is closer to death than the other. in
called
personal
age, bro.
life. But they're the same exact age. And one's healthier than ever, and one's nearly fucking, like, crippled. And, like, barely can draw a sentence.
Yeah, I don't think Biden was a great president by any means, but like
I'm saying it's a complete. I'm not saying it's a left or right thing. Barack Obama did better. I think Barack Obama was a fine president, but I'm like and I'm not saying Donald Trump is the best ever.
I think he's like extremely below average. Like the last this president and Biden were like below average.
Biden is below average. Yeah, Biden is this. I don't even know why.
We haven't had good leaders for a while. We need like young minds to come in and kind of like. Okay, do you think like we should put an age limit on like executive offices? Like 70, maybe. Do you think that's a bit much?
It's not even age, because there's a lot of people that are like older than both of them that can run laps around us and are smarter than both of us, like anyone. It's not really about age, it's about how well you took care of yourself. I've seen plenty of older people that are benching like 250 and can like are very cognitive, like smart and well above anything that a lot of people can do. It's not really just age.
I still think you should have the room. You should leave room for like a newer generation, because if you have a bunch of old people like clasping at their pearls, right? From like most of them were born in the fucking 40s, dude. They don't even know what the internet is. Like, why should they be allowed to run this fucking country, right? That's my thing.
Again, people are people.
So every election we have, they break the record for the oldest president. Like, do you not see the problem here?
But who's electing them?
The people.
Exactly. It's not about the age, it's about what they can do.
But like,
I mean, you had Vivek. Vivek's like 30 something. Like, I think like
fucked. Vivek got fucked over, bro.
Vivek's like barely the age that he needs to be president, and we didn't elect him, did we? It's not like we don't have the younger people doing it.
I don't know, man.
I don't understand.
That one I don't know.
That one I don't know what to tell you about, because
I don't understand why people take it so seriously. Because no one else is taking it seriously, bro. The people up top are not taking it seriously.
No, not really.
They have their own interests, bro. Right? They just want to do what's best for them and whatever. But, dude, I don't know.
The only thing I'm saying, it's all about money, and there's most presidents have no money if they weren't the president, or compared to what their standards are, pretty much. But
I don't know, man. Bush is pretty rich. Bush came in from oil money.
Yeah, Bush was a meh.
Bush was funny. Bush was a funny guy. He had some good one-liners. Now watch this drive.
Watch this drive. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. There's been a lot of presidents that are shows. I mean, fucking Reagan and shit. I mean, there's been a lot of fucked up presidents.
Listen, dude, a lot of the problems we have now are because of Reagan, too. That's a whole different story. Reagan fucked us up big time. Reaganomics. Trickle down, bro. It's going to trickle down one of these days, I promise. Let's just stop taxing rich people. Their money's going to come down to the economy.
See, that's another thing I don't... It's just like, why can we not just have a...
We need to do this President's Podcast. I was thinking about that recently at work. I'm like, we need to do that President's Podcast. I was brainstorming out in California.
God.
See where we came from.
That's the thing. It's like, I always thought taxes were just a flat, like, 10% or whatever, or something like that.
No, you get, like, income tax and sales tax and property tax.
And that's kind of like the whole thing. That's what everyone wants to try to stop. That's at least what Trump says that he's wanting to stop is income tax completely
for him and his friends.
for everyone.
Oh, wait,
everyone.
You said income tax. No, yeah.
That was his thing about tariffs, is to take tariffs and replace them with income tax.
So okay,
and I feel
so like the idea with tariffs was like, let's bring jobs back to America, right? Let's stop outsourcing production or whatever. But like America hasn't been equipped to produce shit on the level of China and other shit in a long time, right? So once we get those tariffs and like, you know, companies or people don't want to buy these foreign bullshit, oh, we can produce it here, but it will never be at the level that we're importing, right?
but
So how's
it's
that supposed to help
also
anything?
it's also to make them pay to sell their shit here too.
You know, that's all good and dandy, but then we get charged more. That doesn't really help
Yeah,
anybody except for except for the
that's the
people
part
except for the people
that
taking a cut off the top, right?
that's the part that racks my brain. So I don't fucking know. Because I mean,
I
in
know,
theory,
like,
yeah.
so, like, I've looked into it a little bit, and the big defense for like the big Trump heads or whatever, like, oh, like the company pays for the tariff, right? Like, you know, like they're supposed to make the country pay, so they charge more to import. The company will pay the difference, but it's like, what if you run a business? Why would you pay more and then sell a product at the same price, right? That makes no sense. So you have to raise the price on something else. That's how fucking economics work, right? So shit's gonna get more
But
expensive by that rate.
but here's the thing: is if you do it right,
What's the
America is like the marketplace of the world, pretty much. We are the consumers of the world. We
yeah?
buy and shit as much. So if you raise your prices, well, yeah, it would bring jobs here. And then if it makes American goods cheaper, and then that's that.
A lot of the shit we use
I
isn't
mean,
American though. Like most of the
like
shit we use is not.
what?
Like everything is made in China. Like our phones, or like a lot of our
Phones are
tech.
Taiwan.
A
I
lot of
don't
our
think
tech,
phones are. A lot of our tech's Taiwan. I'm pretty sure.
which is gonna get like, no, a lot of shit. Like a lot of computer chips and shit get made in China.
Or no, that's Taiwan. Like 1,000%. I know for sure Taiwan makes most of our chips. Because I've
At least
always
some
been
of
a
it.
good.
Like, like I know tech's gonna get like laptops. They're saying prices are gonna go up on laptops and shit like that. Man, it's just like, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean that's again above my head
So
completely.
like a lot of the reason people give for, like, you know, people interview people like, why'd you vote for Trump? And they're like, oh, the economy. He's gonna fix the economy, right? But like tariffs aren't gonna fix the economy. So it's like, and that's been his only plan for the economy. It's tariffs. He's like, oh, tariffs are gonna bring down prices day one.
I mean, at this point, I don't know how you fix this economy. You just have to stable it out, really.
Yeah, it's fine. Like you can't bring prices all the way down to where they used to be. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? They have to. What you need to do is like make a system to ensure prices stay stable, right? And then like give the people more money to stimulate the economy, right?
But the other thing is what he's also trying to do, and I just remembered this, is cars. American cars. Most countries don't even allow American cars. And that's one thing that he's trying to, like, we're not going to let you sell your cars here if you're not going to let us sell our cars there.
No, a bunch of car parts are made in Mexico, and we're trying to tariff them. There's like a bunch of parts to manufacture cars are made in Mexico.
Yeah, but Mexico could come the 53rd state at this point anyway.
That's so
What is
retarded
Mexico?
too.
What is Mexico gonna do though? Like
Wait, so how should we make, like, oh, we're gonna make Greenland and Canada and Mexico the new states? Like, how's that gonna happen?
I mean, one, buying Greenland. That's what we're trying to do there.
I don't think we're gonna buy Greenland. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think there's what I've last heard about is a lot of people there want it.
Yeah, but like Denmark owns Greenland, right? And they don't want it.
Well, yeah, but it's not up to it's technically not up to Denmark.
Denmark
It's up
owns
to
Greenland, bro.
Well, yeah, I know that, but it's technically not up to them anyway.
It's their country. Like they own Denmark. Like so we own like Guam or some shit. If someone's like, "Hey, we want to buy this," we should have no say in it, like the Guamians or whatever. Should be like, yeah, that's fine.
They can still vote on it if they want it to be, and I feel like, I mean, if America says no, well, we're gonna have to be like, no. So if Denmark, we should Greenland votes on it,
start a conflict just because we want a country under our roster.
Resources. Greenland has a lot of resources.
Yeah,
that's what all wars have been started over that are good wars, at least throughout history.
Okay, so we should like invade Greenland just because, resources, you know.
No, we don't. I mean, if they vote on, they want to, and Denmark
conflict with Denmark.
Denmark is going to get the money for it anyway. So it's just like either take the money, or I mean, if we decide to, we'll just take it.
What?
Denmark's not a power.
So we should just like bully our way into Greenland.
That's what every civilization's done. Everywhere for resources. To grow their country.
Yeah, but didn't we just get done talking about country. Like war's not good? Didn't we just get done talking about that?
Yeah, but what does
it's okay if we do it though.
No, but I mean, for the funding a war for other people isn't bettering the country. It's a nationalist view, but I don't.
Maybe Ukraine wants more resources or Russia wants more resources, right?
I mean, so okay,
they should be allowed to do what they do.
But here's also the thing: we're still leaving it up to a vote. They sent a vote out to Greenland. We're not just taking it over.
Yeah, but then you said if they say no, we're just gonna do it anyway.
Well, if Denmark says no,
we're just gonna do it anyway. Why not? Let's send fucking troops over there for resources. Let's send lives over there and let people get killed over resources just because we feel like it.
To be honest, we don't even need to do that. Just send a fucking drone and just
makes sense.
I'm joking, by the way.
I know. I know that's a joke. I'm just
I got backed in the corner and I started having fun and just blow shit up everywhere.
Dude, we only talked about 2 things this episode. We've already been going for like an hour and a half.
It's just, but I mean, still, it's, if Denmark says no, it's still yes. Is it worth it? We most likely won't.
So here's why I say Trump will not be remembered well. Okay, the people that hate him already aren't going to like him. They're not going to magically like him if he does what he says, right? Because a lot of reasons people don't like him is because of the shit he's saying,
what he
right?
says, yeah.
And then a lot of shit that's happening now that he's saying he's going to do is already getting challenged by judges and all that shit, right? You know, like even like one of the Supreme Court judges that was one of Reagan's appointees, like a conservative judge, is even like a Supreme Court judge is saying, no, we're not going to let some of this happen if he tries to do it, right? So then the people that voted for him for doing the shit that thought he was going to do the shit he's going to say will be like, well, he didn't do that. So now I'm not going to like him, you know what I mean? So down the line, they'd be like, well, what did he really do besides stir a bunch of shit between people? You know what I mean? Get people to fight like this. You know what I mean? This is what he wants, right? This is how he makes money, is through conflict, dude. He pushes these people to get angry, to blame, like, I'm getting fucking worked up for no reason, like to blame, like, oh, guys, the reason we have all these problems today is because fucking Democrats. Elon says the same thing, too. Like, guys, Democrats are the reason this country is in such a poor state right now. It's Democrats.
But
as if they had like no any kind of influence in the White House in the last 4 years or whatever, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So one, I feel explaining it that way is a completely yes. That goes for any president ever. that's ever been and ever will be. That if they get in, everyone likes them for their promises, but if they don't do any of the promises, or at least don't do a good majority, like a noticeable majority of what they said they were going to do, yeah, of course, no one's going to like them because, like, hey, I voted you in to do this. Why didn't you?
Yeah.
That goes for every president ever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, of course. That's the thing. I like what he says he's going to do.
Like what?
I don't know. Just everything that, like, the
Like, okay,
secure.
like you said the shit with the border, right? What else? Because this
Uh-huh.
is like a single issue. You said you don't really get the tariffs thing, right? So you can't really say you're behind that idea.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, but what he said he's doing, and what he says he's doing with the tariffs is to better the economy. So if it doesn't work, and if it
So
doesn't,
he said himself like pretty recently that like the economy's he's not going to be able to do a whole lot with it. It's in a shitty state, and like he's got other things he's got to focus on. You know what I mean? So
I
that
mean, yeah,
already is out the window. he's only got
he can,
he's only got 4 years. He's not getting the full 8 unless like I saw this thing. I know this isn't on him. Like I'm not sure he didn't present this idea. I don't think like someone in Tennessee tried to pass a bill that says like Trump can run for a third term. Do you think
God,
that should happen or no? Okay.
no.
Well, so they wrote it in a way where the only person that can run for another term is someone that didn't get 2 consecutive ones, just so they couldn't run Obama again. Because if fucking like if fucking Obama ran, dude, it'd be fucking done.
Or fucking, I don't fucking know. No, it's 2 terms. That's how it's been. That's how it's always been. The fucking George Washington made that very clear when he started, and he was like, the point of this country is not to have one leader for decades.
Well, we've had a president for 12 years at one point in time.
Yeah, and
then that happened. And they're like, let's cut that out because a lot of people had issue with him being the president for 12 years. So they're like, let's put in law that that's not going to happen again.
It was George Washington that said that, but then it was that dude that was like, fuck it, I don't care." And then we're like, "Oh well, I guess we're gonna have to put a law into it."
World War II was going on when FDR was president, so they're like, and he did good leading us through World War II and out of the Great Depression. So like, okay, he does a good job. Let's keep him here. But after he left office, like a lot of the presidents weren't super popular or didn't want to run for a third term. I don't think like the 2-term or the 2-term limit didn't come until recent. Like the fucking hang on.
That is interesting.
We should do the presidential podcast, dude.
We're doing it.
1951. So I guess it was a long time ago. Is when they added presidential term limits. Yeah, FDR got 4 terms.
God.
But he died like a month into his 4th one, so he only got like 12 years or something. 22nd.
But George Washington's thing was that he wasn't gonna do it, and that was not the point. And I guess he never really thought like, hey, maybe we should.
George Washington would be rolling in his grave right now if he saw like what was going on in the last 100 years, because like his whole thing was like, I don't want political parties, like we got to keep it for the people, That's fucking out the window. He thought he's like the federal government should not be that involved, right, in whatever's going on between the states. That's out the window. You know what I mean?
He didn't like slaves either.
Yeah, but he owned like 100 of them. He had a shit ton of slaves.
He inherited them, and he didn't really necessarily like it.
He still worked them though.
Well, if you got them.
No, I mean that's just what everyone did at that time. That's just normal.
But it's just because it's always been
That's my point, though. Like, this is all so fickle. You know what I mean? 100 years from now, this shit is just gonna be a fucking blink in history,
Uh-huh.
right? Like,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be like people are gonna look back and be like, man, people are fucking stupid. Like, doing that shit was normal. Like, you could just do that, you know, like own black people or be racist or whatever, right? Or fucking flying machines.
God.
It's a
I mean, it's just the whole world is shit, and you just gotta pick the shit that you can stand the most.
I can't stand any of it. If it were up to me, I'd go be a hermit in the middle of the woods. Fucking live away from society.
Cause I mean, it's just all shit. I mean, we've had bad presidents. We've had Gojo. Shit. Sorry. My dog is being a bitch.
The fucking Secret Service is at your house. You've been saying too much about the president.
I mean, we've had horrible presidents. We've had less bad presidents at this point. I don't think there's ever been a single president that's done everything right.
Mm-mm. Even the ones that are like, well, even the ones that are remembered really good in history have baggage. You know what I mean? Some more than others, though. You're gonna get a real kick out of this, and we can probably cut it off here soon. We're going for this is like the longest episode. A lot of like one of Kamala Harris's platforms was affordable housing and first time home buyers tax credit. So you'll get money if it's your first time buying a house. We're not gonna get that though.
See, I like that idea. I hate Kamala Harris. That whole shit was
when you have a game plan. No, don't get me wrong. Like the people that ran her campaign are fucking stupid. She would have had a good chance if the people that ran her campaign. One, if Joe Biden stepped down sooner, but he was being selfish about it. She would have had a chance, right?
I don't think she would have had a chance in hell because then she would have had to go into.
She would have had a better chance.
Yeah, she would have had a better chance, but not to be the president because then it would have been. It would have gone into what is it called? Not primaries.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Were they like they did with Trump and Vivek and all them? Because we had to vote in Trump to be the president
elect or whatever.
Elect, yeah.
Well, like,
she would have had to gone.
Yeah, I mean, Trump was going to get that anyway, and I'm not sure Kamala would have got it.
Yeah, she would.
The only reason she had it is because Joe Biden stepped down in the middle of his re-election or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just saying though, she had some pretty okay ideas. I don't say I agree with all of them, obviously, but she had some good ones that would have helped us people out like you and me, right?
Oh yeah, Democrats have a lot of stuff that, but I mean, it's whatever. They have a lot of stuff that they have a lot of stuff that wouldn't help us either.
No, 100%. I agree with you on that. I don't think any politicians are going to help the country in a way that helps like the bottom line. But whatever, we can cut it here. This is going to be the most annoying episode ever.
Bye. Don't hate me. I'm just talking.
Listen, guys, this is actually like a really productive episode. We had fun. You know what I mean? My voice is going, but we had some fun.
At the end of it all,
we started out with Avengers, dude. Actually, I pulled a bunch of topics to talk about, but we're not going to do that, I guess.
At the end of it all, I actually don't give a shit. Let's just say that. I did this for the sake of the conversation. I just want to go to bed every night.
Me too. I want to listen, dude. I just want to fucking afford an apartment. Getting too expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
We should see if we can move into like Section 8 or something.
At this point.
No. Okay, well, thanks,
bye,
guys. Leave us all comments about how wrong we are.
Exactly.
See ya.